Hello guys, welcome to another video. This one is a requested question from paper May-June 2006 of paper 2 question number 5. So this one seems to be a sequence question. Let's see what we have here. So counters are used to make patterns as shown above. You can see we have this is number 1, 2 and 3. So these are the counters we have used to make those patterns. Now pattern 1 contains 6 counters. If you count, you will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, that's number 1. Now number 2, if you count, you will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 6, 10, and this one will be 6, 10, and that will be 14. So that will be your sequence you have for these 3 terms. Now question number 1. Write down the first 4 terms of this sequence. So you know the first 3 already. It is 6, 10, 14, and you will have, because it is increasing by 4, 4, and 4, that will be 18. So this will be the first 4 terms of this sequence. Now let's move on to part B. Write so the number of counters needed to make pattern n that we don't know. It is equal to this. Now find the value of a. So let's do this step by step. Basically, let's have a look at our sequence. We have 6, 10, 14, and 18. So for now, forget about this. Don't look at this. Now, you know that the common difference is equal to 4, 4, and 4, right? So how would you find the nth term for this sequence? So the first thing you will write is 4n. That's the first step. Now for the first term, if you replace n by 1, so 4 times 1, that is 4. But 4 is not your first term, you would say. But in this question, 6 is my first term, but here you have 4, so it is not good. But how can you make 4 become 6? You have to add 2 to it, right? So same thing, add 2. So this will be your nth term. And comparing this to this, you will see that a has to be the value of 4. So here you go. A has to be 4. Now part C. Mary has 500 counters. Okay. She uses as many of these counters as she can to make one pattern. So she uses as many as possible. Now, given that this pattern name is M, find out the value of M. So basically, we don't know what is M. We want to find out what is the maximum number of counters she can use to make that pattern. So now we have to use the previous answer, which is this one. We know that this is the nth term. So something we know for sure is that the nth term will be the maximum number she can have, but it has to be less than 500 because she only has 500 counters. So it has to be less than or equal to 500 for the total number of counter used. Now let's find the value of m. So we know here it is m. That will be 4m plus 2. That will be less than 498. So m has to be less or equal to 498 divided by 4. That will be 124.5. But now, of course, you cannot take decimal values. You have to take the integer values previous this number. So m will be the value of 124. That will be your answer right here. Now part 2, how many of these counters are not used? So let's first find out how much was used. So the 124, this is m, so use, we have to replace back in the equation. So 4 times m plus 2, that will be, so 4 times 124 plus 2, that will be 498 was used according to this thing. So not used, we just have to take our total number, that was 500 minus 498. So not used will be only 2 counters were not used. So as always, make sure to double check your question. So if m equal to this, so the number of counters used will be 4 times m and plus 2, and then take your total number minus this, you'll get 2 as your number of counters which is not used. So that was the question for sequence. As you can see, we solved this question step by step, and everything was following the previous question to find the following answer. But anyways, I hope this question was kind of helpful. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.